हेलो बच्चों, मैं हूं प्रतीक, आपका फिजिक्स टीचर। दिस इज इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक स्ट्रक्चर नंबर 2। In lecture number 1 we have discussed about charge, properties of charges and methods of charging. Today we will start with Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law. Coulomb is a scientist who stated something about the behavior of charges when they are separated by some distance. Okay, that statement is considered as Coulomb's law. What he said. Now let's discuss. Take any two charges q1 and q2. Now draw a line joining the both charges. Okay. Now take a vector from q1 to q2. Consider it as r vector. Okay. Now if there are any charges which are some distance apart, then I have considered example q1 and q2. जब भी आप q1 and q2 r डिस्टेंस पर लाते हैं तब एक चार्ज एक दूसरे पर वो चार्जेस फोर्स इंड्यूस करता है। क्या उसका मैग्नीट्यूड क्या है? कूलम ने उस पर उसका इंफॉर्मेशन दिया है। क्या है वो हम आज डिस्कस करने वाला है। ओके, नाउ q1 will exert a force on q2. What is it? Force on q2 due to q1 will act along this vector. Okay, what is the magnitude of this charge? This is k q1 q2 by rq along r vector. This is the main formula of Coulomb's law. Okay, now here you have confused that you may get confused that why the power is 3 here. Many where we saw that power is 2 r square. Why? Because here there is r vector. Okay, if we simplify this statement like this, r cube r vector you can write like this. No, this magnitude of r vector into direction of r vector. This you can simply write as r into this much. Okay, now cancel. इसमें भी वेक्टर आना चाहिए। ओके, नाउ दिस इज द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ फोर्स which is experiencing by q2 due to q1 along the direction of r vector. Okay, now if you take the force on q1 due to q2, force on 1 due to 2 is equal to k q1 q2 by r cube into minus r vector, because it will exert in this direction, minus r vector. If you take like this, it is plus r vector. If you take like this, it will be negative of r vector. Okay, now along negative of r vector, if you simplify this, you will get like this. Okay, now what is this? Here is minus sign. No, except minus sign you consider all. What is this? This is force on 2 due to 1. So you can write like this. Here also vector should be there. Force on 1 due to 2 is equal to minus of force on 2 due to 1. From this statement you can write like this. Magnitude of force on charge q1 due to q2 is equal to magnitude of force due to on q2 due to q1. The magnitude will be equal but direction will be opposite. Here significance of this minus sign is that only. If q1 exerts force on q2 in this direction, then q2 exerts force on q1 in opposite direction. Okay, now let us discuss about this k. What is that? I will erase this one. If you want, you can note down this all. Okay. Now What is the electrostatic force formula according to Coulomb's law? If you consider two charges Q1 and Q2, the charge electrostatic force between them will be equal to KQ1 Q2 by R square. Now, what is this K? This K is this formula is there for K. K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This K is generally taken as 9 into 10 raised to 9 in SI unit. Means what is unit of force Newton meter square per coulomb square. In SI unit, this is SI unit. In SI unit, the value is taken as 9 into 10 to the power 9. Now, K, if you elaborate about K, now K formula is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is this epsilon naught? This epsilon naught is called as permittivity of free space. Permittivity of free space. Okay, what do you mean by permittivity? Permittivity means the ability of a medium to resist the electrostatic force between two charges. Means if the Q1 and Q2 are in air, then the ability of air, the medium will be air now, so the ability of this medium to resist that force. वो उसके बीच में इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स रहेगा ना, वो फोर्स को कम करने का क्षमता किसके, मीडियम के, उसको हम कहेंगे परमिटिविटी. Permittivity, this word, by this word only you can remember the meaning. Permittivity means permission. You can remember like this: permission to the medium to resist the electrostatic force between two objects. Okay. Now, what is free space? Free space means vacuum or air. You generally consider as air. Now, this in air, electrostatic force in air will be defined as 1 by 4 epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Now, if you look into Newton's laws of gravitation, that is also similar to it. What it says, if you consider any two masses m1 and m2 which are r distance apart, then the gravitational force between these two objects will be defined as g m1 m2 by r square. Here mass, here charge, distance is same, and here proportionality constant is k. Here g will be gravitational constant, and gravitational constant is constant everywhere. Means it is same everywhere. Okay, but this k will vary from medium to medium because of this epsilon naught. Okay, this epsilon naught permittivity will vary from one medium to another medium. How it varies? Now let's see. Okay, now if you consider air as medium, the force is this much. If you consider any medium rather than air, then if you then the electrostatic force between those charges will decrease. Means now if Q1 and Q2 are the this is Q1, this is Q2, they are in air, the medium between them is air. Now how much electrostatic force will be there? You calculate, and now I will carry this to water, another medium. Okay, if I carry it to another medium, the electrostatic force between these two will be reduced. How much it will be reduced? That will be reduced by the factor of k. This k and this k are not same. This is small k, this is large k, big K, no, capital K. This capital K is known as dielectric constant. Dielectric constant. What is dielectric constant? Now let's see. Now if you want, you can copy down. Okay. Copied? Okay. If you don't want, you can take screenshot, or otherwise you can leave it. Now what I said, electrostatic force in any medium between two charges will be equal to electrostatic force in air by K of that medium. What is this K? Dielectric constant. Now how this formula came, I will derive now. See. Now another term comes. What is that? Relative permittivity. Now you can define relative permittivity as like this. Relative permittivity of any medium. Relative permittivity of medium will be equal to permittivity in that medium into divided by permittivity of air. Permittivity of that medium by permittivity of air. You can think like this also. Relative velocity. Relative velocity means velocity of if you consider that relative velocity of object A with respect to B, then the velocity of A minus B. There you will get minus. You will compare, no, relative means. Here also you should compare, there you will get minus, here you will get divided by sign. Then you will compare, here relative permittivity means you should compare that the permittivity of that medium by air, okay. Now this is the formula for relative permittivity. This can be also can also be denoted by K. K of medium will be equal to permittivity of medium by permittivity of air. This relative permittivity only can be called as dielectric constant. Dielectric constant is nothing but relative permittivity. Okay. Okay. Now bring this epsilon here, means epsilon here can be denoted as epsilon naught. This symbol is called as epsilon naught. This can be denoted as epsilon naught because it is taken as reference for all mediums, so you can define as epsilon naught. Take this epsilon naught here, you will get like this. Epsilon medium is equal to K of medium into epsilon naught. You will get this relation now. Okay, now electrostatic force between two charges Q1 and Q2 in air. What is the formula for that? 1 by 4 epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Now electrostatic force in any medium will be equal to 1 by 4 pi. Here epsilon naught for air, for medium epsilon medium. Means this is permittivity of air, this is permittivity in medium of medium. Q1 Q2 by R square. Now what we have derived from here, E medium value, epsilon medium value, K into E naught, epsilon naught, no. Now put here that value, 4 pi dielectric constant of medium into epsilon naught to Q1 Q2 by R square. Now I will rearrange this like this. Okay, what is this? Did you get? This is force. These two are equal, no? This is electrostatic force between two charges Q1 and Q2 in air. Okay. Now you can write this like this. Hence derived. Now if you want, write it down. Okay. लिख लिया? नहीं चाहिए तो आप छोड़ भी सकते. Okay. Now let us look into one model, some models which will be asked in competitive exams, which are important for competitive exams like NEET, JEE Mains, JEE Advanced. Okay. Before those models, again one concept is left, that is equilibrium of charged particles. आप बुक में देखा तो एक कॉन्सेप्ट आपको याद आ जाएगा. क्या? सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल. व्हाट इट सेज, इफ एनी चार्ज इज देयर Q here and Q1 here, Q2 here, Q3 here and some Q4 here, then total force total electrostatic force on this Q will be equal to the scalar sum of these vector sum of not vector sum, scalar sum of these forces due to individual charges. Due to this charge some force will be there. No, this charge also, this charge also, this charge also. The sum of all forces will be the total force on K. That is simple. So I skipped that concept. Okay. This is also same related to that concept only. they are also same to one another. Okay. Now equilibrium of charged particles. This is not a concept. It is not like a concept. It is like some condition case. What is that? Now if you consider any charge plus q and here also plus q, two are distance apart. If I take the distance between them, 2r. Now will they be in rest? No, surely they will not be in rest, because due to this it experiences a force, electrostatic force, that is repulsion force. It will go this side and it will go this side. Okay, now the case, the condition, we have to keep these two charges in rest. Now what can we do? आपको फिजिक्स में इंटरेस्ट है तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख सकते हो. व्हाट वी कैन डू नाउ टू ब्रिंग दिस इन रेस्ट. आप ये मत बोलो हम होल्ड करके रखेंगे ऐसे चार्जेस को, ये मत बोलो. ओके, नाउ थिंक some conditions, some cases, how we can keep these in rest, or these charges in rest. मैं कुछ थिंक किया. क्या? मैं एक चार्ज को लाता हूं इधर मिड पॉइंट पे, मीन्स आर डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम हियर, आर डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम हियर. ओके, एक चार्ज लाता हूं -q, such that here due to this take this charge now. Okay, due to this charge it will experience a repulsion force. Now if I bring minus charge, due to that charge it will experience a attractive force. Okay, such that I will bring the negative charge such that its magnitude will be like that, such that this force of repulsion and force of attraction will be equal. Okay, then it will be in equilibrium. No, same case will happen here also. Attractive force, repulsive force will be equal. These two will be in equilibrium. Here also attractive force, here also it will experience attractive force, here also attractive force. Then their magnitude will be equal. Then they will cancel each other and these three charges will be in rest. Okay, now let's calculate its magnitude. Okay, how much magnitude of charge I should take to keep this in rest. Okay, now distance between them is 2r. If I take -q charge, now I will calculate the magnitude of this this -q. Okay, now this is 2r and this is r. Okay, here what I said, condition, repulsive force should be equal to attractive force. Force of repulsion is equal to force of attraction. What is force of repulsion? Q into q by 2r square. 2r whole square means 4r square. Okay, will be equal to q into -q. Minus I will bring here. Okay, and this is equal to and minus. Okay, this is r square. Okay, now cancel this. q gaya, r square gaya. Transfer this minus here. Q will be equal to minus q by 4. The magnitude of this q is minus q by 4. Okay, if you bring here minus q by 4 charge, then they will be in equilibrium. Okay, so now let us discuss some important models which will come in JEE, NEET and all. Okay, now a question is there. Okay, दो चार्जेस है Q1 और Q2, वो उसका Q एंड Q. ओके, उसका चार्ज का मैग्नीट्यूड भी बराबर है, वो दोनों पॉजिटिव चार्जेस है मान लो. ओके, देयर masses are also same. Okay, now they are hung like this, they are hanged like this. इन दोनों का चार्ज भी Q है और मास M है. Okay, now this I will consider as reference, and this is theta. Okay, here also theta will be there. These two will be equal. How I will explain now. Okay, now here will be theta and theta. Now you have to find this theta value. What is theta equal to? This value you have to find. How you will do? Now you may get a question, a doubt, that how they will remain like this. No, because of gravity they will come here. How they will be like this? They will be in this condition because electrostatic force means these are positive charges, means repulsive force will be there. Here will be repulsive force, here will be gravitational force. Their resultant will be somewhere here, okay? Now here is tension. This tension and resultant will be balanced and it will be rest in this condition, okay? Now I have given a clue also. Now you find and आप कमेंट सेक्शन में आप आंसर डाल सकते हो क्या होगा थीटा का वैल्यू. Now I will calculate C, okay? Now here will be tension. If you consider either of these charges, any of these charges, okay, I will consider this charge, okay? Here will be electrostatic force, here will be gravitational force. Now this T here in this direction it is there now. Now I will resolve that into vector form. Here I will resolve that into components, okay? If this is theta, this will be theta. Then this will be T cos theta. Then this will be T sin theta. To be in rest, this electrostatic force should be equal to this T sin theta, because if I am at rest, force from all sides will be equal, no, like that only. Force from this side should be equal to force from that opposite side, okay? Now Fe, electrostatic force, should be equal to T sin theta. This gravitational force should be equal to T cos theta. Divide these two equations. What do you get? T is equal to, T will cancel, tan theta. Tan theta is equal to Fe by mg. This is the condition. If you take the theta value, then tan inverse of Fe by mg will be theta value, okay? This is the most probable value. It can appear in NEET or JEE Mains or sometime JEE Advanced. They will give these values in differential or integral forms. You have to integrate or differentiate to get final answer, okay? Now if you want, you can note down. Or otherwise you can take screenshot also, or otherwise you can leave. लिया आपने screenshot? Okay, I will erase now. मेरे पास भी कुछ डाउट्स है, मैं अभी पूछता हूँ डाउट्स क्या है. ओके, now I said here charge are equal, here mass are equal. So this theta will be equal because electrostatic forces are also equal. Gravitational force will also be equal. Tan theta will be either side also. Tan theta will be equal to electrostatic force by gravitational force. Okay. Now if these charges are not equal, Q1, you consider this as Q1 and Q2. If Q1 Q2 are not equal, then tell me whether this theta will be equal or not. This is the formula for tan theta. Will they be equal? You put in comment section this answer if you have interest, okay? Now this is the formula for tan theta. Will they be equal? Will the theta be equal? Yes, it will be equal. How? In the theta or this electrostatic force will not be dependent only on one charge. It will be dependent on product of charges. Now it will come like this now. Either Q1 and Q2 are not equal also, their product will be equal, no, their product will be same, no. So here also electrostatic force, here electrostatic force and here electrostatic force will be equal. Now this, if this is equal, this is however equal because masses are equal only. Okay. So this tan theta will be equal. Then theta 1 will be equal to theta 2. If you take this theta 1 and theta 2, theta 1 will be equal to theta 2. Now consider charges are equal. Okay. Q1 is equal to Q2, but M1 is not equal to M2. Their masses are not equal. Now say whether the theta 1 and theta 2 will be equal. No, they will not be equal, because this mg, this gravitational force will vary in those conditions. So if this varies, this tan theta also varies. Okay. Now this is tan theta is inversely proportional to mg. So जिसका मास कम रहेगा उसका एंगल ज्यादा रहेगा, और जिसका मास ज्यादा रहेगा उसका एंगल tan theta will be lesser. Okay. Now you can write like this: tan theta is inversely proportional to mass. No, tan theta 1 by tan theta 2 will be equal to m2 by m1. Okay, this result can be asked as question in competitive exams, or on this result there will be questions on in competitive exams. Okay, आप चाहे तो लिख लो कंडीशंस. हम दूसरे मॉडल पे चलते हैं. ओके, लिख दिया आपने. ओके, this adding also is okay. Now consider, here is a charge q, here is a charge q. Leave about the its they are positively charged only. Here there is charge capital Q. Okay. If they are in equilibrium, then it should be negative only. Okay. Now this is a case. Okay. Now these three will are in equilibrium. This distance is 2r. Okay. Now this distance is r. Now what I will do? I will just lift up this Q up to some distance y, such that y is very smaller than 2r. Means if you compare this distance to this distance, it is negligible, like that. I will lift up to that distance. Then what will happen? Will it go away? No. SHM, here SHM case will come, simple harmonic motion. Okay, oscillation. When I lift here, the attraction force will be there. No, if it is here Q charge, here attraction force will be there, here attraction force will be there. Resultant force will be in this direction. So it will come like this here, up to y downside. Okay. When it comes up to y, again the forces will shift upside. Now force is in this direction, force is in this direction, resultant force will come in this direction. It will go up. Again it will go come down, go up. Like this it will oscillate. Okay. Now in the competitive exams, they will ask the time period of that oscillation, the value of time period of that oscillation. Okay. Here a charge Q, here a charge Q, here a charge capital Q. Now this distance is 2r. Now it is y displaced. This is a. Now calculate the time period of this oscillation. This is a condition of SHM of the oscillation of this Q. And another model I will say. See here. Okay. Now here is Q and here is Q plus Q. Okay. Now you hold like this. You strictly hold them. Don't allow them to repel. You hold. You hang that charges to some wall or something. Okay. Such that they should be in rest. Okay. Now bring some Q charge here, such that it should be positive. Okay. If it is positive, then what happens? Will it be in equilibrium? Yes, sure. Why? Because this is consider this distance as 2r and this as r. Then here will be repulsion force due to this charge. Here will also be repulsion force due to this charge. They will cancel each other. Okay. Then it will be in equilibrium. Okay. Now, in this case, on this case also, question can be framed. How it can be framed? See here. If I displace up to some distance y upside, then what happens? It will not oscillate, it will not perform SHM, because if I lift up to some distance y, then force on this charge will be in this direction. Force on this due to this charge will be in this direction. Resultant will be upside and it will go up only. It will not come again. Okay. Now to be in a SHM, what will be the condition? See here. Now I will not displace in this direction. I will displace in this direction. Here up to y distance. Here is now q. Now what it will happen? Here distance is reduced, no? First it was r, now it is r minus y. Here first it was r, now it is r plus y. Here distance is increased, here distance is decreased. You know that force, electrostatic force between two charges will be this one, k q1 q2 by r square. This is inversely proportional to distance. If distance decreases, then the force increases. Then repulsion force due to this charge will increase and this charge will decrease. It will go up to y distance in right direction, right side. Okay. When it will go up to y distance, then again force due to this charge will increase. This charge will decrease. So again it will come like this, go like this. Then it will perform SHM in this direction. Okay. Now calculate the time period of this oscillation. They will ask. एक ही लिख लेता हूं, टेंशन मतलब ये है 2r और ये है r, ये है y. Now calculate time period in this situation. How you will calculate? Okay, now I will calculate like this. Now first I will calculate this and this. Now in competitive exams they will ask the ratio of this time period in this case and this case. The ratio they will ask. Okay, now we will calculate ratio. Okay, now when it is here, calculate the resultant force. Here also same force is acting, here also same force is acting. Yeah, because their charges are also same, the distance is also same. So equal forces are acting in two directions. Then the resultant force. What is the formula for the resultant force? 2f cos theta by 2. If force F and F are acting here. This is the formula for resultant force. If two equal forces are acting at an angle theta, this is theta. Okay. Now 2 into what is the magnitude of this force? Q by this is r, this is y, means this whole square it will come, so then root and square will cancel, then it is simply r square plus y square into cos theta by 2. If it is theta, then this is theta by 2. What is cos theta by 2? Adjacent by hypotenuse, y by root of r square plus y square. Okay, this much you understood. Now what you should do? Now see here, now I will simplify this one first. Okay, square plus y square whole raised to 3 by 2 into y. Okay, now first only y is very smaller than 2r, that too you are taking square, then it will be very smaller, that it will be it tends to 0. If consider now y is 0.001, then y square will be equal to 0.00001. 0.00001. This much 0 will come, means it tends to 0 now. So we can neglect this y square, means y square we can equate to 0 in this condition. Okay, I'll equate y square to 0. I will take y square as 0. Now what it will come? Y square 0, then r square into 3 by 2. This 2 will cancel, you will get r cube into y. Okay, this will get resultant force. Now force can be defined as mass into acceleration. Transfer this mass here. Then acceleration will be equal to 2kq by m into r cube into y. This is acceleration now. Now the force is here like this, the displacement will be like this. When the resultant force, now you will lift upside, no, displacement will be in this direction, but resultant force will be in this direction. Means displacement and force are in opposite directions. So I will take here negative sign. So here also it will come negative, here also it will come negative sign. Okay, A is equal to minus Q. अरे यार क्या है मेरा representation. Okay, now compare this to A is equal to minus omega square into y. Okay, if you compare these two equations, then you will get the value of omega square. This formula is in oscillations. First in class 11 oscillations, simple harmonic motion, A is equal to minus omega square y. If you compare these two equations, y omega square value will be like this. If you simplify, if you write this as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, then you will get like this, q by 2 into pi epsilon naught into mr cube. Okay, this will be here root, if you will. This will be omega. Now what is time period formula from SHM? 2 pi by omega. Now equate this. It will come like this. 2 pi into root of 2 pi r cube by q. R cube by q. This is time period formula in this situation. Okay, they will ask in competitive exam, they will give the cases like this and they will ask the time period. You have to calculate, first you have to calculate resultant force, then divide it by mass, then you will get acceleration. You can induce minus sign because force and displacement will be in opposite directions, this y and this force. So you induce minus charge, then for the divided by mass you will get acceleration. Then equate that acceleration equation to A is equal to omega minus omega square y, you will get the value of omega square. Then take omega square and find time period using this formula 2 pi by omega. If you want, you can write down. लिख लिया आपने? चलो हम अरेंज करते हैं इसको. हम अभी रेशियो निकालना है ना हमें. ओके, दिस फॉर्मूला विल नॉट अरेज एक्सेप्ट दैट ऑल अरेज. व्हाट इज दिस फॉर्मूला? टाइम पीरियड इज इक्वल टू 2 pi into root pi epsilon naught into mr cube by q. Okay, remember this. Now we will calculate time period in this case. Here also same resultant force. Now force, when it is displaced up to y distance, then you calculate resultant force on it. What is that resultant force? Now here, due to this charge, the magnitude will be larger. This force, the repulsive force due to this charge will be larger than the force due to this charge. Means if you consider force due to this charge, this q charge as F1 and this as F2, then the resultant force will be F1 minus F2. Now calculate this. What is F1? K q into q by, this is distance is r minus y. R minus y, you will get this distance. Okay, r minus y whole square minus this force k q by r plus y whole square. Now here whole square will be there. No, I will take here only. Okay, if you take this common, it will come like this. Now this is in the form of a square minus b square. Now simplify that. Okay, a plus b, a minus b. Okay, this is time period in first case t1. Okay. Now simplify this. R plus y, r minus y, 2r by it will be common in both the case. It will come like this if you multiply this and this. If you simplify, you will get like this. This is a minus b whole square into a plus b whole square. This is a square. How to simplify this? Is there any method to simplify this? Okay, a long method say simplify first. Here into y it will come. No? Hey, if you simplify this, you will get like this. R raised to 4 plus y raised to 4. Okay. The remaining all will get cancelled. Okay. Now y is only a little bit smaller than that. This 2r. Y is very smaller than this 2r. Then if you consider y raised to 4, then it will be approximately 0. So we can take this y raised to 4 as 0. If you take like that, it will come like this. Answer this. जगह ही नहीं इधर लिखता है. आप इधर डिस्प्लेस किया तो मैक्सिमम फोर्स इधर होगा ना, मीन्स रिजल्टेंट फोर्स विल बी इन दिस डायरेक्शन. F1 minus F2, it will be in this direction, it will move in this direction. Now if you displace like this, means displacement and force are in opposite direction, means you induce your minus symbol. Okay. Now if you divide this by mass, you will get acceleration. This is equal to omega square. If you equal to this to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, then omega you will get like this. Another cube will be there. It will be missing there. Okay. Now if you equal to this t by 2 pi by omega, then you will get time period formula like this: 2 pi into root of there you have got like this, like that. Okay. Now you do t1 by t2. What you will get? T1 by T2, you will get ratio root 2. Here 2 is only balancing now, other all will get cancelled. This is important result, and on this in JEE mains, JEE advanced they will ask question. In JEE advanced I said now the value of charges and value of masses they will give in differential and integral forms, and they will ask the question. And in mains they will give simply the values and they will ask the questions. Okay. Now if you want you can note down or you can take screenshot. यही से हमारा इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स लेक्चर नंबर 2 कंप्लीट होगा. कल हम पढ़ेंगे application of Coulomb's law, then electric field lines, electric field due to some continuous charge bodies, discontinuous charge bodies and all. Okay, if you want you can note down or otherwise you can leave. Okay, thank you students for watching this video.